People often ask me, what made growing up in Thibaud so special? Was it the rugged, beautiful coastline, the scenic hills, the rivers, the fertile soil, or the breathtaking scenery? Yes, but that's only part of the answer. What truly makes Thibaud special is its people. Our geography surrounded us with beauty, but it also kept us close. We depended on one another. We celebrated together. We mourned together. And we worked together. Thibaud isn't simply a place where people live. Thibaud is a place where people belong. Avec les gens qui vivent dans le village, venez avec Thibaud, nous allons embrasser yo, comme si yo sorti Thibaud. And I just want to say one thing. Thibaud has a reputation for having the most beautiful women in Dominica. A lot of men would make pilgrimage to come to Thibaud to find a wife. For example, my grandfather, Mr. Hugh Fabian, he came from Vegas, but you'd never know, because he made Thibaud his heart and home, serving instrumentally in establishing the village council alongside giants like Abner Alexander, who came from Wesley, Trevor Bruni from Montpac, and they fiercely loved Thibaud and married Thibaud women. In Thibaud, everyone knew everyone, and sometimes a little bit too much. You know, there was absolutely no point in trying to hide anything. If you misbehave in La Vida, by the time you get home, your parents will be waiting at the door for you to give you a second discipline. And guess what? It would be for something as simple as not saying good morning, good afternoon, or good night. And if you were grown up, and you misbehave, be prepared, because they'll make a carnival song about you. Yes. You know, if I had to choose just one word to describe the people of Thibaud, it would be hardworking. Our parents and grandparents never waited for opportunity. They created it. Before sunrise, fishermen were already preparing their boats, and farmers were making their way to gardens like Wesh, Montrouge. They would go to Montpac, Laïverpe, Montpaty, right? And also making their way to the Armor Estates. Children had chores before they even thought about drinking their first cup of cime comptoir or going to school. We were sweeping the yards, feeding the animals, carrying water on our heads. That was us. No work was beneath anyone. Thibaud was built by people who believed that honest work was honorable work. Yes. We live from the sea and from the land, cultivating banana, yam, dashin, tanya, babaule, plantain, cassava, and coconut. And our women worked as hard as the men, women like Miss Virginia, Auntie Bibi, spending countless hours in the soil and harvested by the bagfuls. The women also worked the copper houses and the farming houses as well. Yes. They didn't wait for opportunity, they created them. Looking back, I realized that, they were teaching us lessons that no modern classroom could ever teach us. Lessons about resilience, dignity, responsibility, and never being afraid of honest, raw work. One of the most unique aspects of Thibaud was how we sustained each other through bartering. Long before digital payments, credit cards, or modern economics, we were practicing a true circular economy. A farmer would harvest ground provisions, a fisherman would return from the sea with a fresh catch. Money didn't need to change hands. The farmer shared with the fisherman, and the livestock owner shared, and everyone benefited. Trust was our currency, generosity was our investment, and community our wealth. Today, global economists call this sustainable local economy. We just simply call it being a good neighbor. Right? Some of my happiest memories are the simplest ones, and I'm sure some of you will agree. Like waking up at 5:30 in the morning to get mango under the mango tree, or getting kubawi, right? Or buenwamawi, or going to the beach to get tutulu crabs, right? Or glue glue, or walking barefoot, or going to the river to catch kakador, you know. And you know, we appreciate those things, and this was the magic of the life that we lived. Today, tourists around the world are searching for authentic experiences like this and paying thousands of dollars. We live this every single day. Fishing wasn't just an occupation, it was part of our collective soul. When boats or the pui-pui returned, the work wasn't left to the fishermen alone. The entire village came to life. Everyone ran by the way to come and help to pull the boats in and to unload the fresh fish like goose, dowad, kai, and sometimes a little jideweza or something else. No one paused to ask, ubuzwalane? No, they simply grabbed the side of the boat and started pulling. The spirit of spontaneous unity is something we must never lose. We didn't use fancy words like philanthropy or volunteerism. We just lived it through munjune and kulame. If someone was building a house, clearing land, or harvesting, the village showed up. No invoices, no contract, no hourly wages. Of course, there was always one critical question on everyone's mind. Sanokamaje. And somehow there was always a jot, especially with Dumbwe, Pois, and Gel Kosha, which tasted much like a Michelin star meal because it was prepared with collaboration, love, and the pride of the best cooks in the world. That wasn't just teamwork. That was bonding. That was family. Our small businesses were the heartbeat of the village. Shops owned by Mr. Boss Youth, Dwight, Mayura, Peter Massicot, Manson, Mamano, weren't just retail spots. They were the original social media networks. Long before Facebook and WhatsApp, those shops kept us connected. But let me be clear, the real WhatsApp chat group was when women were washing clothes by the river. There you'd get the village bath. And oh, the bakeries. Paulinaire, Lawide, the bakeries in Gombe, Mr. Foster, Micro Bakery. Every morning, the aroma of fresh bread filled the air, drawing people all the way from Paybush. And who can forget that lady's gato? Yes. Just don't tell your mother you had too much. That wasn't just baking. It was craftsmanship and community branding. Long before the corporate world invented the term, Thibaud was equally shaped by giants of character. Educators like Mrs. Roy, Mrs. O'Brien, Miss Bannis, Mr. Bontif, Mrs. Sylvain, Mrs. Augustine. To those great educators from Thibaud, teachers like Mr. Warrington, and who could forget Mrs. James. They did far more than teach academics. They instilled discipline, respect, and a deep personal pride. And to this day, I hear the constant voice of Mr. Bernard in my head to be the best version of myself. Our healthcare was anchored by heroes like Nurse Cyril, Nurse Bebe, and Nurse Canoville, who cared for generations in Thibaud. A nurse wasn't just a medical professional. She was family, comforting the sick, celebrating births, and holding our hands through our darkest moments. We also grew up learning that every single person mattered. We never defined our neighbors by their physical or financial challenges, but by the joy they brought to us. Beloved figures like Gwen, Mabwen, Boucan, aka Hiram Francois, were our premier entertainers. They could make us laugh without ever needing a formal stage. Reminded us that happiness is measured entirely by the joy you give. And don't forget, they were our CNNs. When you hear, Moon Thibaud, you knew that there was breaking news. We took immense pride in our surroundings too, with neatly trimmed hedges, beautifully manicured yards, and competitive village cleanups led by the Social League and Village Council. We showed our dignity outwardly. No one embodied this civic pride more than Ira, George, and Yan Thomas, who constantly reminded us that pride isn't what you say, it's what you demonstrate. Today, we celebrate our history, but history alone cannot sustain us. The ultimate way to honor those who came before us is to build something even greater for those who follow. The future is Thibaud is already taking shape through entrepreneurship, through like local cocoa products and coconut oils. But I want us to look even bigger, and Power Rep, I know you're listening. Imagine Lassos transformed into a premium spring water bottling facility, recognized across the entire Caribbean. Imagine our Tujebo Bat Cave developed into a world-class ecotourism destination with guided tours led by our brilliant local young people. Imagine boutique guest houses, gift shops, and local restaurants showcasing our unique Dominican cuisine. Let's work on this and help amplify it, because we are already laying the path. The Florida group is already starting the Lassos project. Help us build on these initiatives. Yes, our greatest investment will never be in the caves, water, or agriculture. Our greatest investment is in our children. Our new school is more than just a concrete structure. It represents infinite possibility. Imagine a curriculum where Thibaud's youth learn robotics, AI, engineering, computer programming, and environmental science. When Mascol Leighton, Lipsa Massicot, and the elders who have passed on before us helped build our first school here, they couldn't have fully foreseen global professionals they were created in space for. If a small village could produce the incredible farmers, teachers, nurses, doctors, lawyers, police officers, musicians, firefighters, entrepreneurs, and global executives we have today, there is absolutely no limit to what the next generation can achieve in this digitized world. Like many of you, I left Thibaud to pursue opportunities abroad, but I learned very quickly that while you can leave your village will never leave you. Everything I have ever accomplished was built directly upon the foundation of values I learned right here. Whether we reside in Roseau, Canada, the United States, St. Martin, Guadeloupe, nous tout cas chargés en morceaux Thibaud and the Cheno. Every time we give back, we are simply saying thank you to the soil that raised us. Every generation faces a distinct choice. We can choose to simply admire what the previous generation built, or we can choose to build upon it. Our grandparents gave us resilience, our parents gave us sacrifice, and today we are building the next generation. We can give them opportunity. Let us preserve our culture while embracing innovation. Let us support our local entrepreneurs, protect our natural resources, invest heavily in our youth, and fiercely guard communal spirit, especially Munjune and Kulme. When future generations gather for a reunion of this magnitude decades from now, let them say of us, they honored the past, they believed in the future, and they left Thibaud significantly better than they found it. A village is never measured by its geography or its population size. It is measured entirely by character. of its people. And if character is our metrics, then Thibaud has always been one of the wealthiest places on God's given earth. Thank you to every parent who sacrificed, every teacher who inspired, every fisherman who braved the Atlantic Ocean, and sadly, we lost quite a few fishermen to the ocean. Every farmer who toiled the soil, and every soil whose acts of kindness helped build this community. Our story is still being written. Let us unite both our global diaspora and our local residents and write the next chapter with courage, vision, and deep, enduring love for the village we're deeply proud to call home. May God continue to bless you all. May God bless our beautiful village of Thibaud and our country, Dominica. Thank you, everyone. I just also want to say one thing. Jerry Massicot, who is the son of the soil, he was actually coming to the reunion, and sadly, he's no longer with us. Let's give our words of condolences to him. And on that note, let us recognize the moment of silence for Mr. Jerry Massicot. Thank you. And also thank you to Ms. Raphael for those inspiring and thoughtful remarks. Your message has reminded us that while we honor those who came before us, each of us has a responsibility to help shape the future of our beloved Thibaud. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and for challenging us to continue building a community of which future generations can be proud. We are now inviting you to experience another expression of our rich cultural heritage through the rhythmic songs of the Latai Brothers.
wondering, these are sons of Oyan Latai, grandsons of Shamin later. Okay. So, we also want to acknowledge the presence of our very dear Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister and Parliamentary Representative. Our next speaker is someone whose presence here today is both meaningful and greatly appreciated. As Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and the Parliamentary Representative for the Bakers constituency, the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has continued to support initiatives that foster community development, preserve our heritage, and strengthen the bonds that unite us. The Thibaud Reunion 2026 has also been made possible in part through his generous support as our headline sponsor, a reflection of his commitment to the people of this constituency and to celebrations that bring our communities together. We are honored to have him join us as we mark this historic occasion. Please give a Thibaud welcome to the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Parliamentary Representative for the Bakers constituency as he delivers his remarks.
Thank you very much. Sorry for being late. I was attending a funeral in Bakers. I want to recognize my friends, Honorable Lakia Joseph and Honorable Oscar George, the chairperson of the Thibaud Village Council, Samba, and the other councillors, the chairperson of the Thibaud Reunion Committee, Mrs. Honoré, and the other members. I want to also especially recognize my friend Bema for always an inspiring speech. I didn't get all of it, but the part I got certainly inspiring as always. So to recognize you. I see you, my friend Jeffrey, from grammar school. And all of you who are here for the reunion, it's an important time for us to reflect on who we are as residents or people originally from Thibaud, and how can we work together towards improving the economic and social situation, not only in Thibaud but the entire country. Obviously, times have changed and circumstances have changed, but there is no doubt in anybody's mind that Thibaud and the residents of Thibaud have made great progress over the last several years. You have excelled in many areas, and it's always very important for us to celebrate success. We're only going to see that repeating itself if we recognize those who have succeeded first. And so it's important for us to do that, and I'm happy that we're recognizing it. But I want to say to our friends who are visiting, I want to sincerely urge you that before you leave Dominica, to go back to your place of temporary residence, that you need to look at ensuring that you hold on a piece of Dominica. We are seeing a dramatic interest in people acquiring lands in Dominica to build their private homes and also businesses. And I'm talking about non-Dominicans. And we welcome those persons wholeheartedly because they're contributing the economic progress of the country. They're bringing in foreign exchange, they're building their homes, and they are engaging themselves in recurrent expenditure. But it's also important for us as Dominicans to acquire a piece of Dominica. And there's a new phenomenon taking place over the last 7 or 8 years, where we are moving away from Dominicans returning after they're retired to invest. And I'm seeing people in their 30s and in their 40s investing especially in tourism-related services, because that is where the country is going. Agriculture will continue to remain the centerpiece of the country's economic development. But for us to benefit more from agriculture, we need to consume more of the agricultural produce. And the way we're going to consume more of agricultural produce is by ensuring that we have more people on island to consume more of what we produce. And this is why the government is investing heavily in tourism, because we need more consumption. With more visitors, with more businesses, and I see Miss Lee today as an artist, more business for you as well as an artist, for everybody in the business. And so you were saying the construction of the international airport, you would have driven across it, and you see it taking shape. This is an extraordinary investment that the government is making in this country's future. This is a project that has eluded us for so many decades, more than 60 years. And by the grace of God, we are constructing it. And we're constructing this airport in the most difficult time in the world, where every single country is experiencing challenges and shocks. But we recognize that for our country to really reap the benefits of our hard work, we need to invest in those transformational projects. And the international airport is going to make a huge difference in the economic and social standing of Dominica. And we look forward to it being completed by the end of 2027, and we are very confident by the grace of God that that project will come to completion. But also we invested in the airport, in the marina, we invested in hotels, and all of these things are in close proximity to Thibaud. We have the Intercontinental Hotel that's functional. We have the Secret Bay that is functional, that's operational. We have the marina that will be completed next year, by April next year. We have the airport that will be completed by December, October, November of next year. And so, how do we position ourselves in such close proximity to those facilities, those investments, so that we can reap the benefits? And as Mayor indicated, there are a number of things that we're doing here. Tina Sponge is renowned throughout, and so many people are doing so many things to add value to the raw material. And so we need to position ourselves so that we can attract tourists coming in. We have folks here who have Airbnb and they're renting it out and making some good money as well. How many more of us can get into this business so that when tourists come, they can stay? Because we need tourists who will sleep in Thibaud. And so when they sleep in Thibaud, they consume what we are producing, what we're catering for them. It's important for us to move in the direction. So I'm very happy to be part of the Thibaud reunion. I want to commend the organizers. It's not always easy to organize such activities, but they stuck to it, and the partnership with the residents of Thibaud being just overseas and joining forces, we're here, and I'm sure it's going to be a hugely successful reunion as the last one was. Because there is an indomitable spirit, there is a spirit of togetherness, of family. And once you have those things, you can achieve everything. There's nothing in life you can achieve. And so we're happy to continue partnering with you, and I look forward to the activities, so that we can have legacy projects and programs coming out of this reunion. Because the whole idea of reunion is to come back and interact and mingle and to enjoy life as it was back in the days, but also to see how we can partner with those of us who are here to create more jobs, to create more economic activity, to address whatever social challenges which we have, and to ensure that we would have left Thibaud after the week or so in a much better place than when we came. And so we look forward to this. Of course, the school is under construction. It will be completed later this year. And I look forward to the students going into the school, and I want to assure all of you that this should be more than just a primary school. Because as you know, we have a challenge, There are not many children in Thibaud, and so we have to address that issue. and quickly, So the government's plan is to really broaden this to beyond just a Thibaud primary school, to ensure that we bring young people from across the country, especially in Upper Dominica, to make use of this facility. But it's a community facility, it's a major investment going forward. I want to say to the council that the government is ready to completely and absolutely partner with you on the lassos. We had done some work some years ago, and of course the various storms destroyed it. And we had plans on the Bat Cave. Of course, the various disasters came and threw us off. But rest assured that the government will provide some of the funding to get these things done. We need to make sure that we have a management structure in place, so we will fully finance the infrastructure of these two investments in Thibaud once the council and the community are ready to get it going and so on. And you have the full commitment of the government to provide the financing for that. The other, just to tell you quickly, the other project you will see in Thibaud coming next year, early next year, is the construction of some residences, some homes. We've acquired some land just higher up here, and we're drawing the plans, and we'll come back in the community and share with you the designs of these plans and to create a nice ecosystem here at Thibaud to enhance the housing condition of some of our family and friends here. As you know, I could have been part of the committee. Because I'm a Thibaud man too, you know. I think I may have more family than most of you inside Thibaud there, you know. So for me, it's really family and being part of this huge experience. I wish you all the best. I'm happy to see so many of you here in Dominica. You can always extend your stay, you know. You call your boss and tell him, you know, we enjoy ourselves too much. We'll come back in the next couple of weeks and so on. But so happy to see you. Let us work together. This is our community. This is our country. Let us consolidate our talent, our skills, our resources to improve the lives of our people in Thibaud. And I think we have the future is certainly optimistic and hopeful. Thank you so much, and thanks for inviting me. God bless all of you, and I wish all of us a very, very successful Thibaud Reunion 2026. Thank you so much.
To our Honorable Prime Minister, thank you so much for your inspiring remarks and for sharing in this special occasion with us. On behalf of the Thibaud Reunion Planning Committee and the entire community, we express our sincere gratitude for your generous support as our headline sponsor and for your continued commitment to the people of Thibaud and the wider Vilkas community constituency. Thank you once again, Honorable Prime Minister. Can I get one more round of applause for the Prime Minister, please?
We now arrive at one of the most symbolic moments of today's ceremony. Throughout history, the lighting of a ceremonial flame has represented hope, unity, and the passing of a legacy from one generation to the next. It reminds us that while time moves forward, the values, traditions, and spirit of a community continue to shine.
Today, this flame represents the enduring spirit of Thibaud, our resilience, our rich heritage, and our shared commitment to building an even brighter future for generations to come. To perform this special honor, we invite Mrs. Francilia Massicot, joined by one of our young students, Isaiah Rumi, to light the ceremonial flame. Together, they beautifully symbolize the connection between our past, our present, and our future. As the flame is lit, may it serve as a beacon of hope, unity, and pride throughout this reunion and beyond. One more round of applause for them, please, ladies and gentlemen, as the flame and officially.
A pillar of the community of
I'm just going to talk about how monumentous this occasion was. Auntie Bibi is one of the elderly folks from Thibaud. She lives in South Florida and she's very ill, but she made a huge sacrifice and a huge effort to be here today because she felt the need. She felt that it would mean so much to the community for her to be here. Sorry, I'm a little emotional because I know how much she cares about Thibaud, and she has always been a pillar in the community. Even though in South Florida she has raised her kids to love Thibaud, to appreciate Thibaud, and to give back, and for sowing those seeds and her legacy. We do appreciate her being here, Auntie Bibi, and all the best to you and your entire family and the community. Thank you.
She's also here with her children, her grandchildren, and her great-grandchildren. Oh, wow.
Lovely words, and she's very much appreciated by all of us, I can assure you. So may this flame continue to remind us that wherever life may take us, the spirit of Thibaud will always burn brightly within us. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, please join me in applauding this symbolic moment.
With the ceremonial flame now lit, symbolizing our enduring spirit and unity of our community, it is our honor and privilege to officially declare the Thibaud Reunion 2026 open. Now that the Thibaud Reunion 2026 has officially been declared open, it is only fitting that we celebrate with the song that captures the spirit of this occasion. Some of you may be hearing this song for the first time. Please welcome Lily Octave as she performs the official Thibaud Reunion 2026 theme song.
Good afternoon, everybody. So Thibaud has birthed a lot of talent, and so it was my honor and privilege when Mima called to work on this project with Marvel, Massacre Telemark, and myself, my manager, Mr. Lindsay George, and Sean Smoke Killer Francis, all the way in the States. We made this happen virtually. And now, our reunion theme song, back to Thibaud. Now I know our setting, but please feel free to dance if you want to. From the blending hills where the cool breeze blows, to the riverside where the clear stream flows, we were raised on stories and prayer. In a village built on love and care. Put the sun on the mountainside, children laughing, running wild, roots are deep in Thibaud soil, strong to faith and honest toil. No matter where in the world we roam, Thibaud will always call us home. No matter where in the world we roam, Thibaud will always call us home. Oh, Thibaud, our home, Thibaud, we coming back to you. Where the skies are wide and our hearts are true, we coming back to you. From near and far across the sea, your spirit lives inside of we. Hand in hand, one village proud, standing tall for all, standing strong for all. Grandparents pray voices rise as one and sing. Near far across the sea, your spirit lives inside of me. And I won't be this proud. Something of the world, no matter where in the world we roam. Thibaud will always call us home. No matter where in the world we roam. Thibaud will always call us home. Oh, Thibaud, our home, Thibaud. We coming back to you. When the skies are white and our hearts are true, we coming back to you. From near far across the sea, your spirit lives inside of me. Hand in hand, one be this proud, standing tall for all, standing strong for all. My favorite part. Generation to generation, our faith is the foundation. From one that breeze to the leafless shore, even love forevermore. Oh, Thibaud, our home, Thibaud, we coming back to you. When the skies are wide and our hearts are true, we coming back to you. From near or across the sea, your spirit lives inside of me. Hand in hand, one beat is proud, standing tall for all, standing strong for all. Get out of here. My Amazonic, my bamboo motivo, my Amazonic, my bamboo motivo, my Amazonic, my bamboo motivo, my Amazonic, my bamboo motivo.
Beautiful, beautiful. Another round of applause.
Wow.
And I just want to say, for those of you who didn't know, Lily Octave, legally known as Leanne Layton, daughter of Linton Layton. So she's a daughter, true daughter of the. And by way of information, this song was written by Marva Masicot Telemac and Lily Octave, recorded at Canwood Records, produced, mixed, and mastered by Smokilla, and performed by Lily Octave. Thank you so much for your beautiful singing.
Just to piggyback on what Makisha said, I was listening to Miss Octave perform and it just represented the versatility of our village, you know, because I see we have an artist here, we've had two on the podium, we've had a doctor who is from Thibaud, we have a teacher, we have a fire officer, it's just representing the versatility of our village, you know. So it's a very good moment. Thank you very much, Miss Octave. Alright. So as our formal ceremony draws to a close though, we now invite Miss Lovinia Isaac to deliver the vote of thanks. Please make her welcome.
People don't know me for Lovinia. Usually it's Noah Norris. So yes, Lovinia is also my name. Good afternoon, everyone. My heart, I'm not too sure about you, but my heart is full from all that which I digested here today. So I'll start. Home has a funny way of announcing itself. I don't know for you, but for me, it's always the same. Always, every single time I come back home. As soon as I pass the plant, and I began coming down Mont Van, and I start to feel the breeze, and I start to feel the smell, the sea, and then I pass by the bay, and the breeze hit my face, and then I come over and I see the whole village in front of me. You know, I just take a deep breath, and I always think, Maui Viakai. So I don't know what it is for you, it might be something else, but for me, that is always the thing when I get home. And I know basically I'm not the only one. Because no matter how many years have passed, No matter how many miles separate us from this little corner of the world, there is something about coming home to Thibaud that fills the soul in a way few places ever can. This afternoon we've been reminded that while Thibaud may be small in size, it always has been mighty in heart. On behalf of the Thibaud Reunion Committee, it is my honor to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has made this opening ceremony possible. To our distinguished guests, Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerry, Honorable Oscar George, and Honorable Lakia Josie, thank you so much for taking the time to celebrate with us. Your presence adds significance to this special occasion, and we are truly grateful. To our headline sponsors and all our generous sponsors and supporters, thank you so much for believing in this reunion and investing in our community. Your generosity has helped transform an idea into an experience that will create memories for years to come. To our masters of our ceremony, our performers, speakers, musicians, cultural groups, technicians, decorators, and every single volunteer who willingly gave their time, thank you. Some of your work was seen, much of it was not, but every contribution has helped bring this vision to life. I would especially like to recognize the reunion committee. Planning a reunion isn't simply about organizing events. It's about bringing people back to where the stories began. It takes months of meetings, complex phone calls, difficult decisions, and many personal sacrifices. Today is a reflection of your dedication, and we sincerely say thank you. And to every son and daughter of Thibaud who has returned home, merci or pile, nous comptons avoir belle vision Whether you travel from another village, another island, or another continent, thank you for answering the call of home. People often say, it's just a little village, but we, Thibaud people, we know better. The sea has watched generations grow. The hills have carried the footsteps of our parents and grandparents, and the playing field where the reunion village will be hosted. This is more than just a field. This is where football matches spark friendly rivalries, where children laughed until the sun disappeared behind the mountains, where friendship were formed, and today the heartbeat of Thibaud is alive once again. Our reunion theme is honoring the past, building our future. We honor the past by remembering those who came before us, the men and women whose hard work, resilience, and love for this village laid the foundation on which we stand today. We build the future by ensuring that our children and grandchildren know what it means to belong here. That no matter where life carries them, there's always a place called Thibaud waiting to welcome them home. So over the next few days, I encourage you to slow down. Quanti with time. Walk through the village. Visit someone you haven't seen in years. Sit by the seaside and let the breeze remind you of why this place always held a piece of your heart. Tell the old stories again, even the ones you already know by heart. Laugh loudly, dance freely, and make new memories. Because one day, today's children will come down one van, catch that first glimpse of the sea, and say, Mawive Akai. So when that day comes, they too will understand what all of us gathered here already know. You may leave Thibaud, and we've heard that all throughout every speech. You may leave Thibaud, but Thibaud never truly leaves you. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy every moment of this reunion. May God continue to bless each of you, and may He continue to bless our beautiful village of Thibaud. Merci en pile encore, et bonne réunion tout le monde.
Thank you, Ms. Isaac. I want to encourage all of you to go to our Facebook page, Thibaud Reunion 2026. There you can find our calendar of events so that you can stay up to date with what is happening for the next 2 weeks. Shebe 4, peace, Sakai Mala, according to others. Anyways, we also have a presentation for you by the flag wavers, and this will be taking place on the street. So in a few, I will ask you guys to go out to the streets so that you can see a lovely dance that the girls have put together for us. We will also be having some refreshments at Vineyard's Bar soon after. Also, we are encouraging you to purchase your tickets for the official awards dinner scheduled to take place on the 4th of August 2026 at the Atlantic View from 7 p.m. Tickets cost $100. You can purchase a ticket at the Village Council office. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone who showed up today. Your presence here means a lot to us. We are grateful for everyone who came and look forward to seeing you in the days to come. Also, after you get your snacks and stuff, we will have DJ Melboom on the field, so you can go and take a little bounce, enjoy yourself for the rest of the evening. The Reunion Village. Thank you so much for coming, and let's proceed to the streets.
And a special good afternoon to you, our lovely viewers. This is Team MO News. And this afternoon, we are celebrating Thibaud's reunion. I'd like to thank you all for staying tuned in for the opening ceremony of Thibaud Reunion 2026. And we hope to see you there. Have yourself a blessed afternoon. And remember, MO News, every moment online. Good afternoon.